We're going to talk mostly today about the endocannabinoid system in our body, and then talk about cannabis and how it interfaces. There's me, blah, blah, blah. The big thing that I like to say here is that I really love to learn and I like to have fun. And then I like to bring what I learn and make it applicable to, like, for you to be able to take it into your life and apply this information. And there's, since you'll have access, there's my website and there's our little Facebook page. I have my own school, so there you go. Okay, so let me just see if I can get the distracting pictures out of the way. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so I like to start with so this is called the endocannabinoid system, and we really didn't even know that we had one scientifically until the 90s. And just for people, so it's not taught in schools now. Maybe now it's finally getting, touched upon. But if you're trying to think about, well, where is this system? It's not like the digestive system where there's big fat organs that you can just trace from one pathway to another. This is a physiological system. So it's more about its function. We'll do a little bit of anatomy, but the function of this system, and let's go here for a second. Oh, come on. There we go. Welcome to my little Tammi drawings. But the person who, quote unquote, discovered the endocannabinoid system was this PhD in Israel. They call him the grandfather of the endocannabinoids, is Raphael Mechoulam. And he termed this the global protection system. And I love thinking about it this way. So this is a branch of the nervous system that's actually older than all the other branches of the nervous system. And its job is to focus on the organism, your perception of well-being, like how safe you perceive yourself to be. And that's why I love that quote from Albert Einstein, because I think you could use that as a diagnostic tool. It would be, is this true or false? The world is a safe place. A, true? Then you've got a pretty healthy endocannabinoid system. B, not true? Well, maybe not so healthy of a system. So that's I like to call it the wizard behind the curtain. And it's actually behind the autonomic nervous system. So if you know the two branches, fight or flight or rest and digest, this actually oversees that system. And so what I did here in this diagram is I just put general, like instead of doing the bullet list of every function, like what are the general categories? So let's do the easy one, relaxation and sleep. So this system is responsible for you being able to go to sleep and to relax. And obviously, if you feel safe, you can do those things. Let's do another easy one, eating. It helps regulate blood sugar, nausea, vomiting, and hunger. So, and if you're trying to like get a concept of this, if you have any experience with cannabis, which actually binds to the endocannabinoid receptors, you know, for example, that you get hungry. And we know that even the Cancer Institute recommends cannabis for nausea. So this is the big system. So another branch is cognition. So things like the ability to learn and memory, emotional memory. This thing called neuroplasticity, which is all over the place now, but basically the ability of your neurons to regrow or to make new pathways. And then I like to put in here forgetting of fear. And we see that in people with PTSD, they don't forget to be afraid. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. And then this whole other section is protection. So we've got immunity. We'll talk about the receptors that are all over your immune system. It is made, the endocannabinoids are made from the same precursors as your inflammatory cytokines. It's involved in apoptosis, which is a big fancy word for cells blowing up or programmed cell death. So that along with carcinogenesis, this is like regulating cancer. It's also involved in pain, and it's also involved in cardiovascular tone, which we'll talk a little bit about. So that's kind of the overarching what the system does. Other questions that this system asks, is, can you explore new things? Are you able to relax? Do you sleep? Can you learn? Okay,